OK, is there any point in me even asking you whether Lee Anderson's comments were racist?
They were completely wrong.
Rachel, are Lee Anderson's words that we've just heard there Islamophobic?
Well, Lee Anderson's words were wrong.
Why is it that Number 10 Downing Street doesn't want anybody representing them to come on television and say that his comments were racist?
Because they've made very clear, the Prime Minister has been asked about this, and he's obviously the government's principal spokesman. He's made very clear that what Lee Anderson said was wrong.
Are they Islamophobic?
So I am just repeating to you what the Prime Minister said.
The words of Lee Anderson, would you regard them as Islamophobic?
Well, I've been very clear that what Lee said was wrong, it was unacceptable, and that's why we suspended the whip. And it's important that everybody, but particularly elected politicians, are careful with their words and do not inflame tensions.
But there's a difference between wrong and Islamophobic. Were they Islamophobic?
Well, I think the most important thing is that the words were wrong.
Do you believe his comments were racist?
I think that what Lee said was completely unacceptable. It was wrong.
Are those comments acceptable from a Conservative MP?
Well, I haven't seen the comments, I should say, so just based off what you've just told me, but it's certainly not the way I would put things.
You say it was wrong. Was it racist?
Well, it was wrong, and I'm not going to get into arguing about the rights and wrongs of what he said. It was wrong. In my book, wrong is a strong word. It was not true.
Different word to racist.
As I said, Sadiq Khan's got a terrible record on his track record as Mayor of London.
That's not my question, Mr. Harper. You've already dealt with that matter. My question is, was it racist what he said?
Well, look, I'm not going to get into a detailed analysis of what he said. What he said was wrong, and it wasn't true. He shouldn't have said it. He failed to take the opportunity to retract those comments and apologise. That's why there was firmly...
Lots of people are wrong. I'm wrong on a daily basis. I'm not a racist.
No, but what he said about Sadiq Khan was profoundly
racist?
Wrong. Those things were not true. They're not true, and what he said was wrong.
Why was it necessary for Lee Anderson to have the whip suspended? Where was the tolerance there?
Well, Nick, respectfully, I think what Lee said was wrong, and as a result, of what he said, he had the whip removed from him. That's robust.
What was it specifically that meant the whip had to go? We agree it was wrong, but why was it wrong?
Nick, it was wrong. What Lee
why
said
was it wrong?
What he said was wrong. As a result of what he said, the whip was removed from him. That was robust action.
No,
that was
why
robust
was it
action
wrong?
that was
That's what
taken.
I'm trying to get at.
It was wrong, Nick, because of what he said, and robust action was taken as a result.
Let's try this a different way. Was it Islamophobic?
What he said was wrong, and robust action was taken, and the whip was removed within 24 hours.
Minister, was it Islamophobic?
Nick, it was wrong.
Minister, I'm going to, and I'm normally a very polite man, I'm actually going to effectively put the fact, I'll ask you now, for the third time, I've asked you 6 times why it was necessary. For the third time, was it Islamophobic?
Nick, it was wrong.
I'll have to curtail the interview there. I'm grateful for your time, but enough already. Michael Tomlinson is the Minister of State for Illegal Migration, unable to answer a question.
The words of Lee Anderson, would you regard them as Islamophobic?
Well, I've been very clear.